Welcome to Lesson 1 of the Linux Beginner's Guide. And if the words command line make your shoulders tense up, you're in exactly the right place. Today we're going to open a real terminal, type a few real commands, and figure out what that little blinking cursor actually wants from you. By the end, the black screen won't feel like a void, it'll feel like a conversation. Let's get started. Here's the roadmap. 4 skills, 30 minutes, no surprises. First, you'll open a terminal. Whichever system you're on, it takes about 10 seconds. Then we'll decode that cryptic-looking prompt, piece by piece, until it actually makes sense. After that, you'll type your first 5 commands, all completely safe, and finish by learning the shortcuts that make working in the terminal feel effortless. Before we touch a single key, let's reset the picture in your head. Forget the Hollywood hacker scene. The terminal is really just a chat window. You type something, the shell looks it up, the system does the work, and the output comes back. That's the whole loop, and honestly, it's about 99% of what you'll ever do. When you see that prompt blinking, it's not judging you. It's just saying, "I'm ready, what now?" So, let's actually have that conversation. Open a terminal and type along with me. 5 commands. None of them can break anything. Start with whoami, and the system answers with your username. Then pwd tells you where you're standing in the file tree, list shows what's around you, date gives you the time straight from the kernel, and unaim introduces the machine itself. 5 tiny questions, 5 honest answers. That's your first real exchange with Linux. Now look closely at that prompt before you type anything. It's already telling you a story. Left to right. Dargslan is who you are. Linux is the machine you're on, the tilde is where you are in the file system, your home folder, and the $sign is the shell quietly saying, "I'm ready, your turn." 4 little symbols, and suddenly the prompt isn't cryptic anymore. It's a status bar. Once you can read the prompt, the next question is fair. Why bother typing when you could just click? 5 reasons. Commands are reproducible. You can paste one into a chat, you can't paste a click. They're composable, gluing together with a single pipe symbol. They work the same on your laptop or a server across the world. Anything you repeat, you can script. And they outlive every UI redesign. The command ls is older than almost everything else on your machine. And once you're typing, these 8 shortcuts are what turns slow pecking into something that actually feels fast. Tab finishes words for you, so you almost never type a full file name. The up and down arrows walk through what you just ran, and Ctrl+R searches deeper into your history. Ctrl+C cancels anything that's misbehaving. Ctrl+L clears the screen. Ctrl+A and E jump to the start or end of the line. Ctrl+U wipes it clean, and Ctrl+D quietly closes the shell. Learn these, and you'll already look like you know what you're doing. And the moment something doesn't work, you don't need Google. You can just ask the system. Type man, followed by a command for the full manual, or add help after a command for a quicker summary. If you install TLDR, you get real-world examples instead of dense documentation. And honestly, the 4th way is the most underrated. Read the error message. Twice. The answer is almost always sitting right inside it. And here it all is on one card. Every command and shortcut from this lesson, side by side. Seriously, take a screenshot or print it out and tape it next to your monitor for the first week. You won't need it forever. But while your fingers are still learning where everything lives, having this within glance distance turns hesitation into muscle memory faster than you'd think. Now, before you head off to practice, let me save you a week of headaches. Here are 5 mistakes almost every beginner makes. Don't read the prompt. Copy random pseudo commands from forums. Forget that Linux cares about uppercase versus lowercase. Ignore the tab key, or panic and close the terminal when something seems stuck. None of these will break your machine, but each one quietly steals hours. Learn them once here, and you've already skipped past the part where most people give up. And speaking of practice, here are 3 small tasks to try on your own. First, print a personalized greeting using echo and the built-in user variable. Second, find just your kernel version. Uname has a flag for that, so dig through the help pages. And third, prove to yourself that tab completion works by letting the shell finish the word documents for you. No solutions on the next slide. Google is fair game. This is where it actually clicks. So look at what you actually did today. You opened the terminal, you read the prompt, you typed real commands, you picked up shortcuts, and you learned how to ask for help when you got stuck. That's not nothing. That's the whole foundation. Next up, Lesson 02, Files and Directories. We'll learn to move through the system like it's your own house. See you there.